Fluoridate team, I'd like to welcome you to another installment of Blockchain Alpha. I'll be your host, OG Kenobi. Hello. Today we're going to talk about a topic that the DGen voting community voted on, which is how to mint an NFT directly from a smart contract. So we'll just jump right into it. You can see here on my screen, I'm on the Rinkeby Testnet, which is fine for the purposes of this. You're going to want to make sure if you're minting a real NFT that you're on the live Ethereum mainnet, right? There it is, dark mode. But the contract we're going to mint from today is on the Rinkeby Test Network. You know that you're on a contract because you have the indicator right here that this is a contract at the OX address, OX starting in 815, ending in 9259. You can see here that there's already some transactions. This is a contract that myself and Chopper and Claire have been utilizing and working with for another side project. So this is just like an active contract that you would see on mainnet, right? You can expect there to have been interactions with it, people using it, maybe minting NFTs, or the developers interacting and performing tests with this smart contract. Over to the right here, you have the token tracker, which is OC smolphunks. And if I open that in a new tab, this kind of gives us an indicator of what's already been minted. You can see that 166 smolphunks have been minted already. There are 4 holders and 206 transfers. While you're on this screen, you can also click on holders and get a breakdown of the wallet addresses that hold these NFTs. So right now you can see that there is a smolphunk whale. Of the 166 smolphunks minted, 122 of them belong to this address OX16 ending in D30. This is something to kind of pay attention to and check out the distribution of an NFT project. Are there large whales holding these tokens? If their ENS names are registered, you'll see a more readable .eth address of wallets that have minted or collected these NFTs. And certainly something to look out for is a more even distribution of an NFT collection. And if there are large holders, maybe try to do some detective work and find out who those large holders are. Is it some whale collector? Is it the devs? The devs of the NFT project themselves, are they withholding NFTs so that they can use them for promotions later or dump them on their holders? This is kind of where you're gathering information and making a decision as to whether or not you want to invest and collect an NFT project. So we'll go back to the main contract here. And let's say you've done all your due diligence. You've reviewed the holder counts. I'm in it to win it. I want to mint the NFTs. But hey, you know what? The minting website's down. It's getting DDoS because it's so popular, right? You can interact with the contract directly to mint an NFT. And here you have the code of the smart contract that was deployed in order to mint these. Now, if you're going to mint from the contract, the one thing you do need to know is you need to know how much it costs per NFT to mint. Usually you're going to get that information from the team that has deployed the contract. Maybe you're in their Discord and they're saying, yeah, it's 0.01 ETH to mint. Here's the smart contract, blah, blah, blah. And that is enough information to get going, because if you can copy paste the smart contract, then also be able to determine the mint price, that's all you need to mint an NFT. You don't need to wait for their website to go up or their website to be unpaused or thwart a DDoS attack or something. We'll just assume that you have the correct contract address. Now, there are, scammers out there that want to take advantage of people. So they might deploy smart contracts that are similar to the collection that you want to mint. So you really want to make sure that the smart contract that you receive and that you mint from is the legitimate smart contract for that collection, and that you're not just getting some scam contract. So let's say we've got the smart contract, but we don't know what the mint price is. You can kind of look into the contract itself. Just try to use your eyes to see, here we've got the title. This is all just code comments. You've got some libraries that are being imported. This is an on-chain project, so you see a lot of the attributes are on-chain here. But this is where it starts getting good when it says contract smolphunks is ownable, ERC721F. This is the header of the NFT contract, right? This is where all the information is. When it says it's ownable and ERC721F, this simply means that this contract inherits functions and variables from the ownable library, from the ERC721F library. Ownable is a security library to make sure that only the contract owner can interact with certain functions, and ERC721F is a gas optimized NFT contract standard. ERC721 is a standard for an NFT contract. So I'm scrolling down and I see a lot of stuff. There's a struct, and here we've got some information, right? We've got uint, which means unsigned integer, which just means it's positive integer. It doesn't have a negative sign. But I've got private constant. Here we go. Cost per token is 0.01 Ether. Some other information in here that might be of use to you is to know that the max supply, which is constant, means it doesn't change. The maximum supply is 10,000. The little underscore here is just to make it more readable. Solidity does not interpret underscores as anything. It makes it easier to see the separation of values because you can't put a comma in there. Minimum batch size means that, if I look at the code, this is my code, it means that the mint batch size is 30. So I cannot mint more than 30 NFTs in a single transaction. So if I wanted to mint 100 smolphunks, I would have to do 4 transactions in order to do that. I would have to do 3 transactions of 30 and 1 transaction of 10. And then there's some other data here. We don't need to really go over this for the purposes of minting. So I'm going to go to write contract up at the top. And when I go to write contract, these are all functions of the smolphunks contract that I can transact. I can connect my MetaMask wallet. And this is what you would do, right? You're on the smart contract. You're ready to mint that shit. You can't wait. You click connect to Web3. I'm going to connect via my MetaMask. I'm going to type in my password. So now you know my password is a series of small black dots. And if I click MetaMask, this is a testnet account. I'm not this ETH rich. Connect to Web3, MetaMask, click OK. And then boom, you can see that my OX address is in there, OX1654, ending in 3D30. If I go into MetaMask, you can see that it's the same account right up here, right? So that just means that I'm connected and that any function I call here costs gas in Ethereum. Minimally, it costs gas, and it's going to be deducted from my MetaMask wallet. So now I've got a bunch of different things. This account is the owner of the contract, so I have power to call all of these. But whether I'm the owner of the account or I'm just some anon interacting with it, I can go to mint. And here I have mint payable amounts and number of tokens. Now I already know that the payable amount is going to be 0.01 ETH per token I want to mint. So if I want to mint 5 tokens, 0.01 times 5 is 0.05. So I'm going to go 0.05. I'm going to type in 5 tokens, click write. You'll see MetaMask will then pop up and give me an indicator that I'm calling the mint function up here. Not by accident, it's because the function here is called mint. And I'm going to be sending 0.05 ETH. The gas is going to cost a maximum of 0.000267. And then I'm going to click confirm. And then you can view your transaction. So if I click view my transaction, it'll bring up this screen. Same thing on mainnet. And right now it's indexing it, it's adding the transaction to the testnet mempool to be processed. And testnet's very fast. It was successful. I've got 1 block confirmation, and you can see that I minted token 166, 167, 168, 169, and 170. I'm a child. All right. More importantly, at the bottom, you can see the value that was sent. The value sent was 0.05 Ether. And the transaction fee, we said the maximum cost would have been 0.000276. And it looks like we got a deal, right? It was 0.000176. And it's all good. You've successfully minted 5 tokens. And now if you go onto your favorite marketplace like LooksRare or X2Y2, some other piece of crap marketplace, OpenSea, if you go to those marketplaces, you will then see, we can do that. Let's go into here. So this is my testnet account. And if I go back to that transaction, we minted 166 to 170, right? So if I look at my activity, you can see that tokens minted, right? It's got the little minty, the stars there, like winter mint, I don't know. Funk 166, 167, 68, 69, and 170. And you can see that I minted those just 2 minutes ago. All right, so that's it. I hope you learned a lot. I hope this is helpful. And if you run into any issues or you'd like to learn more, please stop by the Floored8 Discord. The link for that is discord.gg/flooredape. Otherwise, you can reach out to me directly on Twitter at 0xkenobi. Enjoy, and we'll talk soon. Cheers.